Hi, Sofa King Drunk back again with yet another attempt at craft beer review. Another one I'm going to do, another Scottish one. It's one from William Brothers stable, and this is Chokka Blokka Mocha Stout 4.8 in the Richter scale for this bad boy. This is one I think lots of guys have already reviewed, but it hasn't had the Sofa King Drunk spin on it yet, so let's dig out the Williams Brothers glass. I bet a lot of them didn't have a Williams Brothers glass. Hey Minty! So let's get it pour going. Kept this out of the fridge. It's been out of the fridge now for quite a while. As you can see, it's got a lovely big fluffy head on it, which I have learned by drinking Williams Brothers Midnight Sun. If you just let the temperature come up, you're in for a drinking experience. So here we have the Williams Brother in the glass. Looks rather majestic actually. Not seen this. I think I got this beer in Lidl's. So what am I getting on the nose? Very sort of like faint mocha, little roast, mocha roast coffee. A little bit of chocolate. Not really picking much up on the nose. I don't know if it's because of the head or whatever. So anyway, Sofa King Drunk drinking. They go back in here again. Chokka Blokka Mocha Stout 4.8 in Richter scale by William Brothers. Sanjeeva. Let's see what it's all about. See what all the hype's about. Getting the chocolate now. I'm going to hedge a bet here actually. There's a lot of guys that probably reviewed this and they've had it over chilled, and they're probably one of the first opening lines they've come out with is saying it's thin. That is not thin for a 4.8 beer. I think I've got that in the right temperature where it should be. Not quite warm but not quite cold. Just sitting at that little no man's land before it where a stout should be sitting. That's got a nice body to it actually for a 4.8 beer. It's creamy, it's dark chocolate, lovely mocha coffee roast. It's got a soft bitterness, nice velvet texture over the tongue. What it's got at the back end as well is what all good stouts have got. Good session stouts anyway, under 5%. They've got that lovely sort of dry bone finish which I quite like. There's a lot of things that I don't really like with beers. Sometimes you get a beer in a different style, it's got that dry bone finish, and no, I don't like it at all, but it seems to work well with a stout. I always think when you get some of these stouts, you've got your tongue, it's like a piece of wood. Stick with me here when I'm saying this, and you've got against the grain. But stouts seem to be able to glide over it and rub the grain. And it's got that lovely velvet texture to it. This is really, really good drinking, by the way. Really good. It's got a little bit of it in the back end, being Scottish. It's got that lovely sort of little porridge oats note to it as well. This is very good drinking actually. Very good drinking. I've got to tip my glass to these guys at Williams Brothers. This is really good stuff. I did watch a couple of beer reviewers that had done this. I had taken a sabbatical from beer reviewing, and this has been out for a long time, and I have watched a few people review it, and some people said a lot of mixed reviews, and a lot of them it's all to do with the body of the beer, which there's nothing wrong with the body of the beer. It's maybe you're trying it, maybe after you finished your review and the beer temperature came up a little bit, you actually got what the Williams Brothers brewers were trying to say to you. Sometimes we get it wrong as beer reviewers. We try the beers at the wrong temperatures, and there's none of us that are gurus. There's a few out there that think they are, but to be honest with you, we're just guys who have got a hobby of drinking beers and putting our face in front of a camera. To be honest with you, none of us are experts. We watch people all the time, and there's certain beer reviewers I watch and there's certain beer reviewers that I don't watch, for the simple reason is they actually think they're a station above, and that's for them to think they are. They've reached guru status. They've not. I've got a little bit on my YouTube page, and I've got guru status, and those are the sort of guys that I watch and I enjoy watching, and it's not just for the love of beer. I disagree with them sometimes when they're reviewing a beer, because maybe I've tried it before, but to be honest, it's all about the personality. But sometimes it's not all about the beer. Sometimes it's just all about the environment we drink the beer in, and this is a really good beer. So anyway, is this the Chokka Blokka Mocha Stout? It's my second Mocha Stout. The other one was an English one. I can't remember where it was, but maybe Mr. Bullman might remind me. I got it out of Morrison's or even Raggy's beer reviews. They might remind me what it was. It was a couple of years back. Raggy might. It was a Mocha Stout, and it was really solid. I did review it. Is this one that I would drink again? Yes, it is. I tell you right now, if I went in somewhere, I think Williams Brothers got a bar in Glasgow called In Deep. If I went in and saw that in tap, I would easily session 4 or 5 pints of that, and it's a classic beer. So anyway, yes, it is one I'd drink again. So I'm going to give it a Sofa King drunk rating of, I'm going to give that a solid 8 and 8. Alright, I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. So it's an 8.5 out of 10 from Sofa King Drunk. So if you've had this beer before, you liked it, you didn't like it, drop a line below, and if not, thanks for sticking along at the end of the video, and hopefully I'll catch you in another beer review real soon. Slangy Va, keep drinking the good beers. Ciao for now.